one of the reasons that I call, or that the CIA sees anxiety as a superpower, is because anxiety focuses you. There are so many people who don't know what they're going to be when they grow up. There are so many people who don't know where next week's paycheck is going to come from. They don't know how they're going to fix their relationship. Like, there are people who have no idea how to do anything. And right now, they're just playing video games or surfing Netflix or, doing whatever they do for their day job, flipping burgers or turning wrenches or programming computers, right? They're distracted, even though they know they have shit they need to figure out. Anxious people don't have that happen to them. Anxious people have such anxiety because they can't take their mind off the thing that causes them anxiety. So if that's work, there's a reason anxious people become super successful at work. It's because they've been worried about work since they were like 14, right? There's a reason that anxious people so rarely get raped, beaten, mugged, abused, because if they're anxious, they're worried about those things. They're thinking about those things all the time, so they don't let themselves get into dangerous situations where they will become victims, right? This is the unfortunate, truth about the lie that the society believes about extroverts and people who are the life of the party and people who are like fearless. All of those people, tragedy befalls them all the time. They're the people you read about who got hit by a car on New Year's Eve, or they're the people that you read about who have these tragic accidents, or the people who are like murdered on the side of the street, or the people who are part of accidental shootings and whatever else. People who have anxiety are so hyper-focused on self-preservation that they persevere and have higher levels, higher probabilities of success than the people who don't have anxiety. All CIA has learned how to do is be able to use psychological profiling to find those people, and then they train those people so that they can direct and harness their anxiety instead of constantly be overrun by their anxiety. So anxiety is a superpower that's so valuable that CIA actively recruits to find people who have it, and then they train them how to use it. It's just like any other superhero story you've ever heard, right? The hero has the talent, but they need to be trained to use their superpower.
So how do we train that superpower of anxiety? Because a lot of people, like you said, it is a superpower, but for a lot of people, it can get in the way, right? And it can cause them to not perform. It can cause them to maybe not even take an action, right? It can hold them back. So what are some techniques that they trained you to be able to perform under pressure and control your anxiety?
I mean, there's a lot of them, and there's so many techniques and tools that I've basically built my company around the idea of teaching people these skills, right? But in a nutshell, just to give you a couple examples, first, we have to understand that the human brain is wired for survival, right? The human brain is wired to survive. We came from cave people, cavemen, cavewomen, and our evolution physically and biologically has not kept pace with our evolution industrially and technologically. So we're basically cave people who live in a modern day. And we didn't evolve. Our emotions, our cognition, our psychology has not evolved at the same rate as all of our innovation has evolved. So as a result, we live in these beautiful homes connected to the internet 24 hours a day, with videos and movies that we can stream in on a TV, where we don't even have to, every phone call you make can now be face to face. There was a time when that was just science fiction, but now it's reality. So we as human beings, we are wired to always look for threats, no matter how good things get. So even though we have all these wonderful things, what are we still focused on? We're still focused on the things that we don't have, or we're focused on the things that we could lose, things that could be taken away. I could lose my job. I could lose my house. I could lose my car. My wife could leave me. My kids could get hurt at school, right? We start looking for threats in an ocean of blessings because we are wired for survival, when what we really should be doing is thinking about not how to survive, but how to thrive. how to take all the good things we have and make more good things out of those good things. It's the difference between an investment account and a savings account. When you put your money in savings, you're protecting it because you're essentially afraid of losing it. When you put your money into an investment account, you're putting it into a position where it will grow faster. It will work for you. You are willing to lose it in the effort and the opportunity that it might yield more. Human beings, the way that we are biologically wired, we think of our time as a savings account when we should be thinking about our time as an investment account.